that they make are very general. And anybody can make these kind of predictions, and there is a percentage of them which is going to work out. And what happens is that people tend to remember the percentage which works out and forget the percentage which doesn't. This is why Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, had said that the fortune teller will tell you one truth and 100 lies. This is their message. It has one truth and 100 lies mixed along with it. Now that one truth, what happens is our subconscious, when we hear 101 things, it's put into our subconscious. When the one thing out of that 101 comes true, we remember that and we forget the rest. We say, oh, that fortune teller told the truth. This person really does know the future. But we have forgotten the 100 other lies which they told us which didn't come true. And this is human nature, why we tend to get caught up and have confidence in such falsities. So, dear viewer, it is an Islamic requirement on you and all of you, others who may be watching, to avoid any aspect of fortune telling. Opening a newspaper today, because the fortune tellers of the past, they used to have little shops, or they were in caves like the Oracle at Delphi, and people would come to them. Today, the fortune teller has the newspaper. So the fortune teller is represented by that column, the horoscope column. So for a Muslim to open that newspaper and go to the horoscope column and read it out of curiosity, they have gone to the fortune teller out of curiosity. Their prayer will not be accepted for 40 days and nights. And if they believe what is written there, that belief is an act of disbelief. So, dear viewers, I hope that you will take this issue very seriously, because it is something fundamentally prohibited in the faith. A Muslim puts his or her trust in God. The future is not known to anyone, not even Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him. Allah has him state in the Quran, say, if I knew the future, I would only have gathered around myself good, and no harm would have befallen me. This is what God tells Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, to say to his followers, to emphasize to them that he did not know the future. Otherwise, no harm would have befallen him. And we know that certain harm befell him throughout his period of prophethood. Excuse me. So, dear viewers, we must understand that the knowledge of the future belongs only to God. Prophets were given some of that knowledge by way of the angels. Angels informed them of something of the future. But that was not knowledge that they were able to extract for themselves. No human being will have certain knowledge of the future. Allah does reveal to each and every one of us at different points in our lives, whatever, something of the future in flashes, what is called in Islam true dreams, where a person dreams something and then exactly what was dreamed happens. Now this happens to people from time to time, whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims or Buddhists or whatever. People of all kinds of backgrounds have this experience. And this is a portion of revelation which remains in this world in order to confirm in the minds of people that God exists. Because no human being has the skill to deduce the future in that sense. That knowledge which comes in the dream is coming from outside of oneself. Obviously, there is a power beyond one which has revealed this information to them. However, the true dream, we don't know is actually a true dream until it actually occurs. So we cannot have a dream tonight and go telling people, well, you know, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, so and so, because I had it in the dream, or I had a true dream yesterday, and so, you know, whatever other dream I have now, for sure this is going to happen. No, we're not allowed to do this, because we only know that a dream is a true dream when it actually happens. So therefore, dear viewers, we as Muslims should avoid painting carving images of living beings, except in the case of toys for children, educational information, from the point of view of, for example, medicine, studying medicine, etc., pictures which illustrate parts of the body, etc. Scholars have said this is permissible for this specific purpose. But as a general practice, making images of people, hanging it on your walls, etc., this is not permitted in Islam. And furthermore, fortune telling in any of its forms, whether horoscopes or whether palm reading, or whether it is even people taking the Quran and flipping it open and putting their hand on a page, and whatever letter comes up, they have some chart which they read which tells them this letter means this or it means that or whatever. This is still fortune telling. It doesn't matter whether you use the Quran or you use the Bible or you use some other pagan work or whatever. It is fortune telling. No one has been given this knowledge. The knowledge of the future belongs only to God. So dear viewers, I hope that you will take this advice to heart and to avoid these two areas, prohibited areas, which represent in and of themselves major sins in Islam. And with that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us on this segment of the program In the Light of Islam. And I hope to see you in future programs. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.